Hello, 7th graders. Today we're going to do a revision of the topic about crime. Open up your books on page 88. The topic is called 9E, High-Tech Crime. So the aim is to talk about modern crimes using the vocabulary connected to the crimes. We are going to read the text, listen to it, do the exercises, and try to do a small work in pairs or alone. So basically the aim is to revise the vocabulary and for you to be able to use it while talking about crimes. So let's begin from exercise 1. So look at the photos and the titles of the 4 texts from A to D. So you see the texts, right? What do you think the crimes have in common? Ką jūsų nuomonė visi šie nusikaltimai turi bendro? I suggest before reading the text, let's listen to it, underline the words you do not understand, translate them, and then listen to the text again, and do exercise 1, okay? So we're going to read the text quickly, and we're going to match the words and phrases. So we're going to do exercise 2 at the moment. Let's go through the options. First one is credit or debit card fraud. Fraud yra apgaulė, kai pavyzdžiui iš jūsų išvilioja pinigus, tai toks skemas vadinamas. A computer virus, kompiuterinis virusas. Spam. Spamas realiai yra pavyzdžiui tie laiškai, kur jūs nenorite gauti ir jų būna labai daug. And the last one, identity theft. Tai jūsų asmenybės pavogimas, kaip tai vyksta dažniausiai, paklausysime bendrai, čia bus gal geriau paaiškinta negu kad aš. So, ready to listen? Let's do this, okay? Underline the words while listening, the words that you don't know, and later you're going to have to translate them.
Lesson 9E. Exercise 2.
Cybercrime. Copycat. A man was jailed for 4 years last week for copying thousands of debit cards. Theogenes de Montfort was the leader of a gang of criminals who added a special hidden machine to cash machines at petrol stations. The tiny machine copied the information from the debit cards that people put into the machines. The gang then made copies of the cards and used them to buy things in shops and on the internet. They also put the cards into cash machines and took money from people's bank accounts. De Montfort had copied 35,000 cards and had stolen over £720,000. Are you who you say you are? Sam Jenkins was astonished when she discovered that her bank account was empty. Just 2 weeks before, there had been £15,000 in it. The bank told her that she had moved the money herself to a new account with another bank. A month before, Sam had received an email which asked her to give personal information such as bank account details, passwords, and PIN numbers. She thought the email was from her bank, but it wasn't. The person who sent it used the information to steal Sam's identity and open a new bank account. They then moved Sam's money into the new account, took the money out, and closed the account. Sam still doesn't know who sent the fake email. Email my love to you. I love you was an email message that people were delighted to receive. It was sent to thousands of people on the morning of the 4th of May 2000. But it contained a virus. When they opened the email, the virus went to everyone in their address book. It quickly spread around the world and caused terrible damage to hundreds of computer systems. Most large organizations, including the British government, had to close their email systems to get rid of it. A Filipino computer programmer had written the virus. The police arrested him, but at that time it wasn't a crime to write computer viruses so they had to let him go. Click on the link. Sanford Wallace is called the Spam King. During the 1990s, he had a company called Cyber Promotions, which helped other companies to advertise their products by email. He did this by sending about 30 million junk emails every day. Many people were very angry when they received enormous numbers of email advertisements, but Wallace hadn't done anything illegal. Then, in 2009, Wallace sent emails to 14 million Facebook users. The emails directed them to other websites that paid Wallace for each visit. That was illegal, and he was told by the courts to pay Facebook $711 million.
So normally, you'd have to make a summary of the text about cybercrime and try to retell it. Since we are having a distant learning today, we're not going to do that, but maybe you could think about one of the texts. Which crime do you think is the most serious? Which of them would affect you the most, and why? After you think about it, you may write it down or just, think out loud. Then please do exercise 1, and now I'm going to give you the answers for exercise 2. Please check. So, credit or debit card fraud. The text A was about it. The text B was about identity theft. Text C was about a computer virus. And text D was about spam. Alright, so exercise 3. What do we need to do? We need to read the text again. I suggest just listening to it once more if you feel the need. Then you need to match 2 sentences about the high-tech criminals with each text. So we have 8 sentences and we have 4 texts, which gives us 2 answers, 2 possible answers for each text. Now you should pause the video, do the exercise, then click on play again and check exercise 3. So I'm going to wait a little bit for you to pause, and now I'm going to give you the answers, okay? Let's check. And the last one is C. Okay, so let's move on to exercise 4, which is vocabulary, okay? So what do we need to do here? We need to complete the nouns from the texts. So each text has an information and some words. As I asked you before, please translate the words. It will be easier for you and learn them as well. So going back to exercise 4, machine, account, information, word, number, programmer, and email. So what do we have here? Okay, so here we see compound nouns. Ter ata karušas diktavekdžiu, kuri yra sudurtinė, dažniausiai susideda iš 2 žodžių. For example, cash machine, bank account, personal information, password, PIN number, computer programmer, and junk email. Alright, so exercise 5, okay. Complete the sentences with nouns from exercise 4. Since we've checked exercise 4, please try and use the words to do exercise 5. So pause the video, do the exercise, then play the video again and check. And now I'm going to give you the answers, okay? Alright, so these were the answers. Normally in exercise 6 we would work in pairs, ask and answer questions. Since I believe you're alone, but not lonely, you may write an SMS text to a friend, to your classmate, and ask for the answers, or you can just, answer them yourself. So what do we need to do in exercise 6? You need to answer the questions. Have you ever received junk email? Does it annoy you? Why do you think people create computer viruses? And we have several possible answers to the question. Let's check what's that. Right, so that's an additional exercise. Let's try to match the halves. You don't have this exercise in your books, so I guess it'd be kind of fun to do it. Try to match the halves, pause the video, and then check, okay? While you're pausing, I'm going to give you the answers so you could check. It's harder like that, so let's try one by one, okay? Okay. And the last one. Alright, so I guess that was easier, right? So we've played a game, we've read the text, we've listened to it, we did some exercises, we even tried the pair work. So let's try and do some exercises in the workbook, right? So let's go to page 84, and it's called Crime Doesn't Pay. Okay, so page 84, Crime Doesn't Pay. You may use student's book, page 88, and revise. Please do exercise 1. So basically, what did you have to do here? I'm going to walk you through the exercises and then give you the answers, alright? Tai pirmame pratime jums reikėjo pabaigti tekstą, užpildyti tarpus su duotais žodžiais. Atsakymai būtų tokie. Antrame pratime jums reikėjo paskaityti du mažus tekstus A ir B, kurie yra dešinėje pusėje jūsų pratybų puslapyje. Jums taip pat reikėjo match 3 sentences with each text. Tai reiškia, kiekvienas tekstas turėjo 3 sakinius, kurie jam tiko. Po to, kai padarysite šitą pratimą, prašau pasitikrinkit. Atsakymai būtų tokie. Po to, kai padarėte pratimą 3, jums reikėtų padaryti pratimą po to, kai padarėte 2, jums reikėtų padaryti 3. Read the text again, answer the questions. So those were the questions. And pause the video, then check, okay? Exercise 3. Here are the answers to exercise 3. And the challenge part. You need to answer the questions. Do this one on your own. 40 years ago, what were the most common crimes in our country? What do you think? You may Google it. I will actually Google it as well, because I'm interested. Second one, how has crime changed in recent years? Maybe you have your own thoughts. Like, what is the most popular crime nowadays? Is it any different from, like, let's say, 100 years ago, when people, I don't know, robbed people in the woods or stole horses, etc., you know? Everything is changing constantly, and think about how has the crime changed, okay? And number 3, which crime do you think is the most serious? And of course, why? Okay? You may do this exercise for +2, if you like. Taigi galite challenge, jis yra neprivalomas, bet galite challenge užduotį atlikti iki pirmadienio, tarkim, 2 valandos, atsiųskite man į e-mailą atsakymus, parašysiu kaupiamai +2. Kodėlgi ne, tik tai norėčiau, kad atsakymai būtų išsamus, tai vėlgi būtų sakinys ir pagrindimas, ar ne? I guess that's it for today. Until the next lesson. Bye.